What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and I fear that I have watched all of YouTube. Now, I know that sounds very crazy. It's like, FireMonkey, there's millions of videos uploaded to this platform daily. How do you mean you've watched everything on YouTube? Obviously, I have not actually watched and consumed every single video on this platform, because let's be honest, on top of just there being tons of memes and re-uploaded content non-stop, there's also just tons of little weird bits of content that, you would have to dig very deep into YouTube to actually find, and I'm not trying to watch weird content, right? I'm just here to enjoy my normal videos, so I'm not trying to say I've watched all of YouTube, but I'm trying to say I've watched enough of YouTube to completely confuse YouTube's recommended system. It's something that I've been thinking about a lot recently, but as I've been trying to, work on a brand new YouTube channel, I've been noticing how different my recommended tab has actually been on the other channel I've created, which of course isn't public as of yet because I haven't finished making the channel or anything, but it's odd going from that channel to this one and seeing how on that channel, I'm getting a lot of decent recommended videos I've never seen before that I think are very interesting, but on my main channel here, which is the one I use all the time in order to actually just consume and watch content normally, I'm noticing how I'm just getting recommended the worst videos possible. It's like they're like, oh, you watched this one YouTuber one time? Okay, now we're going to recommend you a 3-year-old video they had created to see if you're going to go ahead and watch it. They're going ahead and trying to recommend me videos from a creator I watched one time recently instead of trying to make sure that whatever I'm watching, the type of content I'm consuming is content I'm going to actually enjoy and content that is going to be something that I want to continue watching, and it just feels so out of touch, right? It feels like I beat YouTube's recommended system in a very odd way. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some ways to actually still get good content on YouTube, but it feels like those actual ways of finding the good content are hidden, and when you watch a video you actually want to see more of, YouTube doesn't recommend you more of that content, right? It just recommends you the same 3 channels over and over again, and I had even gone back to my old YouTube watch history, right? I had even gone all the way back and decided to delete everything, so it didn't have data from years ago, and I could just start building a new watch history based on content I watch now, and instead of it doing that, what it does is it takes one of the videos I'll watch now, and it'll recommend me 5 million videos by that creator, all from varying months of a week ago to 100 years ago. Obviously not that long ago, YouTube wasn't along like here all the way back then, but they just don't know how to recommend content anymore. And like there is a nice area I've seen where you can get some decent content recommended to you, and it's the new for you tab. However, that tab is completely hidden. There's not like a website URL you can just type in and go to as far as I'm aware, and instead whenever you want to see the new for you tab and see the content in that section, what you have to do is you have to go ahead and go to YouTube, and at least on mobile, it's like one of the first options on the homepage, but on PC you have to scroll all the way to the very right in order to find the option because they don't want to show it at the very beginning, so they hide it at like the very end of that section, and you have to click on it. And then one thing you'll notice is that it has some very interesting videos, some new for you content, but at the same time it will also recommend you videos you had just watched like an hour ago, maybe even a day or 2 ago and stuff like that, and it's just like, okay, so you're going to go ahead and give me you're going to give me this tab to watch new content, and it should just technically be what my recommended tab currently is, and then you're going to go ahead and throw stuff I've already seen into this tab, which is made to be for stuff for the content I've never even seen before, and you're just going to let it go like that, right? You're just going to let it sit there and everything else, and it feels like it's so out of touch in a way, right? Where it's like they want to recommend you content, they want to keep you on the platform because of course you staying here makes them more money, but they don't know how to actually go about keeping you on this platform. So they're just throwing random things at you and hoping that it sticks, hoping you enjoy the content, and hoping that you continue watching and everything else. And at least for me recently, it just made me sit there and go, man, it's like, am I just watching terrible content? Can I not find the type of content I want to enjoy or anything? Or do they just not know how to recommend content to me anymore? Because it's like, I feel I know the type of content I would like to enjoy and like to watch, but it feels like YouTube themselves don't know how to show me that content that I keep trying to search for and show them. Like, I'll go on YouTube, right? And I'll go ahead and watch something that, granted I hadn't watched it a long time ago, which is the whole entire content genre of, hey, this is going to be like a little tour of Japan, or, people just kind of enjoying their time, doing things like that here and there, just exploring around in Japan, going ahead and going to like the arcade machines, crane machines, everything else, and having fun there. And even though I will watch that content, even though YouTube sees this is something I'm interested in and this is something I would like to see more of, they don't show me that. Instead, they would just like to show me the 50th going to Burger King for 24 hours, every hour challenge or something like that. And it's like, I don't care for that. You know, maybe I watched one video about that topic because, you know, I thought, okay, this is an interesting little challenge. But just because I've seen one video on the topic doesn't mean I want to see a million videos on the topic. Meanwhile, I'm over here trying to watch millions of videos on a specific genre, and they don't want to do anything. They don't want to recommend me that content at all. And it just feels so like tone deaf in a way, and it just feels so weird to me, right? And it feels like YouTube just doesn't know how to recommend me content anymore, to the point where I have to just sit here and, you know, jokingly say that I've beat YouTube, because I technically have in a way, right? It's like they don't know what I want to watch apparently, even though I'm trying to help them and trying to train this algorithm myself to show me what I want to watch, and instead they're just kind of taking a random guess, being like, maybe you want to watch this, I don't know, shrug, it could be good, it could be bad, we have absolutely no way of telling, and I just kind of hate it in some ways. Now maybe it's also because I'm a content creator who's also working on another channel that I just haven't found the same flair from the content I used to watch anymore, or maybe I just don't really care too much for watching content in general, but it is still something that, you know, I think is just an odd little feeling I've been experiencing recently, where it just feels YouTube is failing me in terms of trying to find content that I should still enjoy, because in a way, YouTube is kind of like TV, right? You can enjoy content and stuff, you may not enjoy one TV show, but you'll enjoy another TV show, and that's kind of like how I feel when it comes to YouTube content. Just because you don't enjoy one type of YouTube content doesn't mean you'll enjoy another, or like you won't enjoy another type or anything else. There's always things out there for everyone to enjoy. So I think that even though I'm a content creator, even though I'm working on different channels and stuff, even though I have all this editing knowledge and all that stuff, I'm not sitting here watching YouTube videos trying to pick apart all the editing mistakes, trying to make sure that, you know, they're editing the video exactly how I would, or I should edit my video like how this one does, or anything like that. I'm just kind of still watching content for the sake of just watching it and enjoying it, but it feels so lost on me, right? It just feels so lost in terms of like channel, like brain cells or whatever else, I guess, where I don't know how to find content to enjoy, because even YouTube doesn't want to recommend me the type of content that I've tried training them to recommend me, and it ends up being this downward spiral where I don't know if I end up watching content too often on here anymore. Instead, I just kind of sit there and I'm like, is there a game I want to play? Is there anything else I can do? Instead of trying to watch content right now, because of course, you know, trying to watch content isn't working for me. I'm just getting a related like content, the same thing over and over and over again, which is stuff that I've already decided I don't want to watch, and I'm not going to dislike a video because it's not something I want to watch, because, you know, one, dislikes I don't think really serve a point anymore, right? You know, you can see dislikes on a video if you use extensions or whatnot here and there, but it just feels like, hey, they don't do anything, right? It shows the creator, hey, people didn't like you clickbaiting or whatever else you did in this video, but it doesn't show anything else, right? Maybe it recommends a video less, maybe it recommends a video more, who really knows anymore, but it feels like me trying to dislike a video isn't going to do anything, right? So it's like, why would I want to dislike a video anymore, right? If it's like, if it modifies my recommended, sure, maybe that's a benefit, but at the same time, I don't know if it modifies my recommended. I have no clue what it's doing or not doing because of how the system is so vague and because of just how everything works nowadays, and it just feels like I'm so lost on this platform not knowing how to find content I'm going to enjoy because of just how poofed it is out there, right? It just feels so odd to me, and I want to make a little video rambling on about it, you know, talking about my own personal research, or not research really, but my own personal opinions on how my recommended system has been working for me, and see if anyone else kind of has a similar experience or feelings regarding how everything's been for them, right? It just feels like, in terms of just watching content in general, I have to go to a completely separate channel in order to view it, because if I'm sitting here and I use my normal channel right now, of course I'll be able to see some content here and there, but it won't be as curated as that new channel is, where that new channel is specifically related to anime topics and everything, because that's the type of genre, you know, I've been trying to work on for that channel that's being built up right now. And it feels like even though it's recommending me anime videos, it still doesn't really know what type of anime videos to recommend me in that sphere. So it's just a super odd situation, right? It's a super weird thing where I don't know how I stand on it, but at the same time, it just feels like there's an issue somewhere when it comes to the whole entire content generation field, when it comes to like the recommended tab, the new for you area, and everything else. And like, they should make the new for you tab as easy to access as it is on mobile, because I don't want to scroll 5 minutes or anything, of course that's an exaggeration, just to find new content I might actually enjoy and want to watch. Because like, I went to my new for you tab and I did find an interesting video of someone making food from a whatever it is, cookbook, like a cartoon cookbook, and I thought that was a very interesting topic. You know, it's something I liked and something that I didn't think I would actually be interested in. But at the same time, in that same category, they were recommending me many videos I had seen just like yesterday or the day before. So it feels so lost in a way, right? It feels like they don't know how to give me the content that I'm going to enjoy, the content I'm going to want to watch, and anything else. And it feels just tone deaf in a way, right? And it feels like I don't know, just the morale sense of it just feels lost. And I want to make a little video rambling on about it to see if you guys have felt like a similar sentiment as I have recently to the whole entire situation of like recommended and everything else. Or if maybe I just need to cultivate a better feed. Maybe I just need to watch good content for once or something in order to get a feed that I'm going to actually enjoy. Regardless of what your guys' opinions are, regardless of anything that happens, I hope Champs and Chambits enjoyed today's video, and I will catch you guys next time with another video. And maybe even my content isn't seen as good enough. But until next time, peace out.